for the defending National League champions. And here is their closer, the right-hander Paul Sewald. High sky, not a cloud above, but an easy play. I'd say he was a difference maker last year.
Oh yeah, and he may be even a bigger fighter combo, and seems to be rather encouraged by that changeup in here.
He'd like to have another tool in the toolbox. Jose Azocar. The pull opportunities in August and September.
Well, and it was a domino effect when Paul Sewald back into more comfortable roles. We got bumped back a little bit, and Paul Sewald was a closer.
And he's got that.
His arm angle is a lot lower than you.
And the four-seamer and spin. And that combined with a low arm angle makes it hard to pick up. And a change up to the mix and try to get some of those lefties out with that. You'll rip.
Looked like that might have been the change.
His first baseman today. He has singled and walked. He's not fooling people. Everybody in the league knows he's got two mystery pitch in there. All the better.
Some out underneath the strike zone and hopefully get a swing.
Like that. There it is. Pavin's got it. Sewald
continued to dominate the Cactus League. A couple of overpowering fast hits. We're seeing hits like that one up the middle of the field. They just found a hole, but play up even more.
And Ryan has looked good all spring. Let's go down to Jody Jackson with a special guest star.
Pitch, how you doing, and when will you be back?
Great, feeling good, pretty much 100%.
Scary for you.
Yeah, it's always not a great situation, but you know,
spring in general, you know, we've kind of been talking to a lot of guys, and so you've seen a lot. What's it been like this?
It was by far the shortest offseason that we've had, and for good reason. But you know, the way we
how hard you've worked to become the Gold Glover that you are over there, and that set
just consistency. You know, I think sometimes it's a mindset, but you know, also there just to show up and be the teammate and the player that I know I can be every day.
And it is particularly Suarez in there as part of the infield.
Yeah, I love it. I've been playing again. I know for sure how good of a hitter he is, and you know, the guy's got a lot.
And you know, you're a guy that's had 30+ homers on this roster. And
oh no, I think I may be last in that category. No, I'm both been watching him have really good seasons from across the field for a while now. So I'm always excited to pick their guy.
So as far as you're going to get back in there Thursday after the long-awaited off day, finally do get to be ready by opening day, March 28th.
Yeah, very much. You know, we would sharpen the tools.
We got some guys that love the camera.
It's a cast of characters down there. That Hosey.
Draws a crowd down there at the end of the dugout. I think we got a catcher's interference coming up here. Ricci that time going out after the pitch, and Jock with a late swing just knocks the glove right off. I can't recall that ever happened to me that often. I didn't want to jump up there too line, but yeah, that's not a good feeling. You're expecting the ball to hit in the.
That's the third Padres error. Catcher's interference, by the way, is scored back of the afternoon for Emmanuel Rivera. Took over at third for Eugenio Suarez. First running for Peterson. Numbers on Rivera this spring. AAA with Scranton Wilkes-Barre last year in the Yankee system. Every time I watch Emmanuel Rivera,
field where he wants the ball to land,
because he can get it there too.
Yes,
he connects. We know that. And that's it seems like when he starts to peek into the Chaparro on the move, and that's fouled away. Diamondbacks have their first lineup on Thursday. Everybody, I'm sure, at this point could use a day off. Yeah, we got a few golfers on the club as Rivera. For Pavin Smith, he's in there at first base today, and Pavin is 2 for 2. He has singled and doubled. Now 5 for 15 on the spring. Game on any device with no blackouts in the Arizona area. You can watch through MLB.tv. You can watch all clubs. But it's available to Diamondback fans. Here's a look at resources of Major League Baseball partnered up again with MLB this year. Could bring to Diamondback fans. And they're on top of the Padre dugout through that
rail cam. I would like to put like a water. I think we can work on that.
2-2. Slices one out to left.
Welcome back. D-backs hosting the Padres today. We go to the top of the sixth. 5-2 is this big deal. A changeup to lefties, especially. How many did you throw out there today?
2 today. You want quick innings, but you don't want too quick innings because you don't get to work on too many things. But
you also, you face some of these NL West teams, and I know the Padres didn't have a lot of.
So we're going to try and make sure that we're out there against people who maybe won't see me in the regular season, so that they have NL West. Yes.
Let me go back though to over there from Emmanuel Rivera, who just entered the game.
I think the shock of getting traded was I was excited, obviously, to get traded to Arizona no matter what here for us, but ended just about as good as it gets.
And shortly after you showed up, though, how satisfying is that on a championship caliber team?
I try not to think that I had that game one in Milwaukee and rode all the way through, and so it's just, it was great that people took what happened in July too seriously.
In the game where there's so much change, and all of that, so expectations, I know that's kind of a bad word, right? You guys just want to go out and do your thing.
Word is nasty. We're going to try not to use that. Yeah, our expectation can't, and then we're going to do a little bit better in May, and a little bit better in June, and a little bit better in July, and hopefully reach hard even before I got here. And that's what got us to the postseason, was the fact that we were the best team in the National League on show. That's not mine. I'm not saying.
All right. Well, thanks for the time, Paul. Enjoy the off day tomorrow.
To the troops when camp began is that expectations sometimes are not met. So as we get a look at Miguel Castro out there in the sixth inning, counts 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stolen base there for Tyler Wade.
Start this year. We talked about it in our first spring telecast. Corner,
Wade will score the third San Diego run. McCarthy's got it out there.
Smoke down into that right field corner. Looked like a sinker that just came back too much.
The former Diamondback Tim LeCastro 0 for 2 so far. LeCastro in right field today.
Shit, that has to be some kind of a record.
He's overdue. We saw Timmy take.
He might go a week or two, and the only appearance he gets is as a pinch runner. But every
stolen base attempts to begin a career.
Yeah.
Tim, ever since he's had the Mets last January, his season got wrecked by injuries. 100 games. Diego, Kevin Newman's out there to collect that one. Alec 0 for 2 so far is second. Connor Hollis is. It's nice when they only change 3 or 4 instead of like 9. Tanner Zokar still out there. And there's one midpoint of spring training. Guys who used to get 1 or 2 at bats now sometimes get 3 or 4. And this is a key for Geraldo Perdomo. Perdomo gets a pretty good lefty here in Morejon. And has it. Perdomo led extra base hits all season.
Wow.
And then they're looking for a little more pop from Geraldo as a right hand, like a supermodel. That was for Kristen. Teal is nice. Major League Baseball has all of the Major League. Matthew Patton at third collects that one. More a home base. Chops one right to Blaze. He's got quickly one away from Antiply.
To echo your point, though, Blaze Alexander with a big.
Under at second, here is Cal Mitchell. And Mitchell, a San Diego native, back with a hometown team. Pretty good looking young left-hand batter. Colorado High School in San Diego.
The first no-hitter for the San Diego Padres in their history, and their hometown boy is the Musgrove Diamond.
On Cal Mitchell.
Look out.
Kyle Backus is starting to get a lot of attention. He's come up through the Diamond. And some others who can get the job done. Mantiply former.
That didn't have a left-handed pitcher out of their bullpen. It's always a nice.
Jose Zokar, the center fielder, 1 for 3, a single in the first. Of course, you've got standing in September and down the stretch. A lot of choices. They have some real competition in camp this spring. Mantiply has got them fooled up. Right hamstring strain kept him out for more than a month. Came back through August and September. Pitched twice in the World Series. Joe just turned 33, the on single.
leaned upon heavily, especially early in the season. He might pitch 3-4 days a week. Well, maybe leaned on him a little bit too much at times early in the season.
Years ago, Joe Mantiply. Graham Pauley, the Padre first base. To your point, Bob, 69 appearances out of the bullpen. On a dry fork. Diamondbacks have been out hit by the Padres. 9. He kicked it around a bit out there. Xander Zokar with that speed gets into third easily. Campusano figures to be their primary catcher this year. Padres' catching mix was kind of a mess last year. He hit the open market again this winter. Your other catcher last year. You have Plawecki, who's in the mix. Former. I could be wrong, but I do not.
Winter ball, whatever the case may be, hitting the cages, and you start messing around with your.
Got his hands out in front of his face, and that front foot way over toward. M says is showing that he's capable of playing at the big league level. Slaps that one foul. Break last year. Mantiply now with English, the first baseman, runs out of room. Don't hit real cam over there.
Hit the camera for crying out loud.
Well, we got one camera. They got like 90 players. So.